Mel, you would still be with Martell if y'all weren't on a TV show. The power of privacy and public perception. Reality television has a way of magnifying personal relationships, especially when infidelity and betrayal become part of the storyline. Fans of Love and Marriage, Huntsville #Lamb have witnessed the tumultuous relationship between Melody Holt Mel and Martell Holt play out on screen, and it's safe to say that many have their opinions on whether the show itself amplified the drama. One narrative that often emerges is, Mel, you would still be with Martell if y'all weren't on a TV show. And honestly, there's some truth to this. When the world didn't know, it was easier to handle. Before their lives were thrown into the public eye, Mel and Martell's relationship, like many relationships, likely had its share of ups and downs. But what makes their situation unique is the visibility and pressure that comes with being reality TV stars. The public scrutiny is relentless. When viewers are given the opportunity to peek into the most intimate and raw moments of a marriage, especially one marked by infidelity, it's no wonder that the narrative changes. Suddenly, every argument, every moment of reconciliation, and every indiscretion becomes fodder for national conversation. Imagine dealing with a betrayal in private. It's hard enough, but there's a certain level of control you have over your emotions, your image, and how you wish to proceed with your partner. Now, amplify that by 1,000. Every detail is on display, dissected by fans, bloggers, and social media users. At that point, the relationship doesn't just belong to you and your partner anymore, it belongs to the audience. This is where the reality show becomes a real problem. For Mel, before Love and Marriage, Huntsville, when the world didn't know about Martell's infidelities, she might have been more willing to tolerate or overlook certain things. In many relationships, people find ways to deal with cheating privately, for the sake of family, children, or simply out of a deep desire to repair the relationship. But with the show's spotlight, every mistake becomes amplified, and the need to keep up appearances is overwhelming. Suddenly, Mel isn't just a wife dealing with her husband's mistakes, she's a public figure being judged for her choices. Reality TV changed the game. Once the show aired and Martell's behavior became public knowledge, the dynamics of their relationship shifted. Fans, friends, and even cast members weighed in, creating pressure from all sides. The show's producers, in their quest to keep ratings high, undoubtedly highlighted and focused on the drama, making it impossible for Mel and Martell to resolve things privately. Think about it. If the cameras weren't rolling, would Mel have had the space to work through Martell's indiscretions without feeling like the world was watching her every move? Probably. But reality TV thrives on drama, and Martell's infidelities became the centerpiece of their storyline. What could have been handled with counseling or private conversations between the couple was instead thrust into the spotlight, making it nearly impossible for Mel to process things on her terms. Without the show, Mel might have stayed with Martell. She may have had time to heal, forgive, or at least come to terms with the betrayal in a way that made sense for her family. But with the show came exposure, opinions, and criticism. Suddenly, staying with Martell wasn't just a personal choice, it became a statement. Staying with him would have made her look weak in the eyes of viewers, and no strong, independent woman wants to be seen as a pushover. The show changed the stakes, turning what was once a private matter into a very public spectacle. The pressure of perception. One of the main reasons many believe that Mel would still be with Martell if they weren't on TV is because of the undeniable pressure from public perception. In reality, infidelity happens in many relationships, but the difference for Mel is that her husband's actions became a public spectacle. Once the world knew about it, it wasn't just her heart and her family on the line, it was her reputation. In the court of public opinion, staying with Martell would have meant accepting his behavior, and that's something Mel couldn't afford to do with the cameras rolling. Being a black woman in the public eye, especially on reality TV, comes with its own set of challenges. There's an expectation to be strong, independent, and resilient. Viewers don't want to see her forgive Martell, they want to see her leave him, succeed on her own, and thrive in the aftermath. But if this had all remained private, things might have been different. When the world doesn't know your business, there's room for reflection and healing. You can take your time, decide what's best for your family, and move forward in a way that makes sense for you. The world didn't know every time Jay-Z cheated on Beyoncé or the specifics of Cardi B's drama with Offset, but the public pressure was still immense. The difference is, Mel's story was broadcast to the world in real time. Nee, come on Nee. In the words of Love and Marriage, Huntsville fans, Nee, come on Nee, let's be real. Without the cameras, without the public backlash, and without the constant pressure from producers to keep the storyline going, Mel might still be with Martell. The reality is, relationships are complicated, and forgiveness is often easier when it's done behind closed doors. But once you invite the world in, once you allow them to see every crack and flaw, it's nearly impossible to rebuild what's been broken. Mel and Martell's story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of mixing personal life with public entertainment. Reality TV may have given them fame, but it also destroyed the privacy needed to work through their issues. And now, the world will forever know them as the couple who couldn't survive the pressure of the spotlight. In the end, the question remains, if they had never joined Love and Marriage, Huntsville, would Mel still be with Martell today? Many believe the answer is yes. They could have worked things out behind the scenes, away from the scrutiny, and maybe even found a way to move forward together. But in the world of reality TV, the drama always wins, and unfortunately, so does the heartbreak. Conclusion. Reality TV might have changed Mel and Martell's relationship forever, but it's also a reminder that privacy is precious. When the world didn't know, Mel was cool with it, but once the cameras rolled, everything changed. It's a harsh lesson in the power of public perception and how the pressure to maintain an image can ultimately destroy a relationship that might have otherwise survived. #Lamb